Happy Monday, everyone. Oh, quick check. Yep, it's still Monday for another 13 minutes, so I'm good. Hope you all are doing well. It's been a busy, crazy week, taxes time. Yuck. What else interesting has happened besides, well, I don't consider taxes interesting. My son's birthday's tomorrow in exactly 13 minutes. He'll be 13 years old. I can't believe it. I'll have 2 teenagers living in my house. And for those of you who didn't know, this past weekend was Orthodox Easter. Now I know everyone's saying, man, that's pretty late. Technically it is, but the Orthodox still go by the old calendar. We're all using the Gregorian calendar, and that's why Easter was back in, was it end of March, whatever it was? But because we're going by the Julian calendar, and yes, I'm Orthodox, that's how I know all this stuff. Easter was this past weekend. Now, don't ask me to explain about Easter and traditions and why is it that Easter is a different time every year. I still haven't been able to figure that out. I was reading about the difference between the Julian and the Gregorian and how each calendar came to be, and I think I'm more confused than ever. I'm going to have to start using my notebook here that I use when I'm writing notes and ideas and thoughts about, you know, saving money and budgeting and zero waste and all that. So I use this handy tool to write anything that I find on the internet, anything I want to save quickly, like web pages. I want to quickly write it down. But I bookmark it, but just in case, write it down in case I'm not, at home or not on my usual device and I want to look something up. But I take this a lot of times to work with me in case I have an inspiration idea, whatever. I have my journal, which I do use, but this is just more of my ideas of what I want to do, like specific concrete things, or if I want to try and go through, for example, a sample budget. I saw this on a YouTube video, and I was writing it down, and I was trying to figure it out. And I'm just like, I know the total is supposed to be 0, but the percentages they have on there, like 10% to charity, 10% to saving, 25% to housing. That's 25, 35, 45, 10% to transportation, that's 55. And then the rest were all 5%, so that's 65, 75. So technically, to make a long story short, it didn't add up. So I'm just trying to write my things down, some notes, what things I want to do, think long term. It's just more of the how to nitty gritty stuff, whereas my journal is more of where I get my initial inspiration from. So there's kind of like the two things that I do. I know it's a little bit confusing for some, and I can talk about that more in depth in another video. I just wanted to do a check-in basically and let you all know that I'm still alive, and I've been actually slowly starting to get the ball rolling on some things. I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos on minimalist living and, authentic living. And I've been really thinking about one thing that I saw about raw foods. And I'm thinking to myself, raw foods is a good idea. Eat more raw foods. But then I also keep thinking in my head, raw foods equals more money. Raw foods, more money. But I'm also thinking, what's more important? The money or my health? And that's where you all have to make your own decisions. You want to get out of debt. That's important. That's extremely important. You want to eat healthy and be healthy. That's extremely important. And you want to be able to look to the future. That's also important. And I do think that it can be done if you're willing to put in the extra little time it takes to do your research, watch videos, cooking shows. Watch the cooking channel. Go on places, like I said, watch videos on YouTube. And just find stuff that talks about the food, being healthy. Get some tips, get some ideas. Now, I know that there's a lot of videos out there, and I see them all the time about being a vegan on the cheap. Showing their grocery hauls. How much they saved, even though they were buying vegan foods, or they were buying vegetarian foods, or gluten-free, or whatever the case may be. So I think it boils down to, you need to do the research, and you need to really look at your flyers and think about it. Yes, the chips are on sale, but do you really, really need to have that for a snack? Sure, you can get three bags of chips that are, like, say, 150 grams per bag for $3, let's just say. And that's great. Now you've got, and you divide that up. That's really, really, it's $1 a bag, basically. And you have a snack that could last you a cup, one bag could last you, say, 2 days. So you have 6 days worth of snacks, let's just say. But then you're thinking to myself, okay, what if I bought a whole cantaloupe? How much does a whole cantaloupe cost? Is it cost roughly the same? And can you cut it up and have it so that it lasts you the 6 snacks that these chips were lasting you? Can you stretch it? So you really have to think outside the box and think about your budget, for one. And when you do think about your budget, think about how can you utilize that money better. Can you take the same thing that you were buying for snacks, but find a healthier alternative that you can incorporate and spend the same amount of money, but stretch that snack into several snacks? And that's where my challenge is to people. And so really think about your budget. Think about what you're spending your money on in that budget. And I'm just specifically talking right now about groceries. And figure out a way that you can swap out some of the prepackaged stuff for the raw stuff, and stretch this raw stuff to equal the amount of meals you would have had with the prepackaged stuff. Have it for roughly the same price. Maybe you might be able to stretch it enough so it comes out cheaper per serving, eating the healthy stuff. But think about it. We can all use a little bit of extra fruits and vegetables. I know. They're no fun. A bag of chips is more fun than just to pop open and just snack on while you're watching your favorite reality show. But I'm challenging you to think outside the box. Challenge you to incorporate some more of the healthier options, but you choose what those healthier options are to you. My healthy options may not be what you consider healthy options. And as you can see, that I could use a little bit of healthier options. I think to myself every day, yes, I can do a lot of things. Yes, I'm not one of those people that just can sit on the couch and then get really lazy, which I can. But then when I go for a simple walk, I go, oh my God, I can't take it. Oh. So at least I'm not as bad as that. But I'm not as good either. I do get tired a lot more easily than I should. I can lift heavy things. I can do more than what it looks like I can do. But I need to really step back and focus. And that's all I'm challenging people to do. Is to step back, focus, look at their budget, look at their grocery budget, and see if they can at least swap out some of the prepackaged stuff for some of the healthy stuff. And try and do it in a way that you're spending roughly the same amount of money for the same amount of food. If you can do that for 1 or 2 snacks or meals, then you're doing awesome. Take care.